Yo, what's good YouTube? ZAMCRO here, aka Scoot, back with the APA Evolution. We have Season 1 and we have week number 11 here. Unfortunately going to be our last week. Our week 12 opponent is MIA. Just heads up for that. I will try to get some sort of playoff coverage though, going into that. Obviously if we win or lose here, it does not matter. We will not be going into the playoff. This is our last game, like I mentioned, and we're facing off against the Aussie Kangaskhans, coached by EN, with Megalodios, Heatran, Suicune, Togekiss, Hippowdon, Sneasel, Aerodactyl, Heliolisk, and Buzzwole, with his Z-move users being Heatran and Aerodactyl. We have Zygarde, Mega Diancie, Tangrowth, Crocodile, Slowbro, Miltank, Cobalion, Alola Marowak, Oricorio, all forms, and Piloswine, where our Z-move users are Zygarde and Oricorio. So, that being said, we've decided to bring the top mons there that you see. Diancie, well, Zygarde first, Mega Diancie, Slowbro, Alola Marowak, Oricorio, and Piloswine. We've got a little bit of a Trick Room essence to this squad, which is going to be pretty fun. First of all, we've got a Groundium Z, 1000 Arrows, Zygarde with an Adamant Nature, Max Attack with Dragon Dance, Rest, and Sleep Talk. Quite a bit of speed investment as well, just for certain things like Heatran, Togekiss, so on and so forth. We have Mega Diancie, which is a max speed variant to speed tie with the Megalodios. We have Moonblast and Earth Power, hits his entire squad unresisted with Rock Polish as a means of being able to outpace his entire squad, including potential Choice Scarf users. And like I mentioned, Moonblast is literally the only coverage we need. His only resist is Heatran, which is blown away by Earth Power. And we have a tech on this bad boy. If he tries to use Hippo as a counter, he can't roar us out thanks to Magic Bounce. And we have the Magnet Rides so that we can avoid Earthquakes and basically wall a Hippowdon, as well as get the special defense boost from the Sandstorm, and then start to wreak havoc with Mega Diancie. That's pretty much the game plan, and what the rest of our squad does is weakens everything so that Mega Diancie can do just that. We have a Tangaberry Slowbro. Tangaberry, in case we were matched up against the Buzzwole and wanted to get some psychic damage off, we could take the bug type move with the Tangaberry. We got Regenerator ability, max HP, max special attack with a quiet nature, and like I mentioned, Trick Room, Scald, Psychic, and Slack Off. So pretty cool offensive Slowbro this week. We've got Alola Marowak to also complement the Trick Room with the Thick Club, a Brave Nature with max attack, max HP, Flare Blitz, Shadow Bone, Bone Meringue, and the Swords Dance so that we can boost our attack to immense power levels. And we've got Oricorio Pom Pom, which is basically a Zapdos with a, we're rocking the Life Orb this week with our Dancer ability, of course. We did not need any speed investment for this matchup in particular. I guess being able to outpace things like Heatran would be nice, and Togekiss, but didn't necessarily need it, so opted to go for a well actually we were able to use a modest nature while still outpacing most of those things. I believe we outpaced up to the Togekiss with Revelation Dance, Air Slash, Hidden Power Ground, and Roost. Hidden Power Ground there for the Heatran. Getting rid of that's really nice for Mega Diancie. Revelation Dance, obviously, nice versus Suicune and the Togekiss, and the Aerodactyl. Obviously don't want to stay in versus Aerodactyl though. And we've got the Air Slash there for the Buzzwole, really nice versus that, as well as hitting Hippowdon for neutral damage. So it's really cool there. As well as the Megalodios, we don't want that thing to be too big of an issue. Speaking of which, we got a defensive Piloswine here, very, very bulky. It takes on takes on Megalodios. Takes on Sneasel pretty good as well. We've got Ice Overcrash, Earthquake, and Ice Shard, with this being our designated Stealth Rock user. So yeah, that's pretty much the squad, and we can go ahead and hop into the replay now. Alright, so here we are with the replay, and my opponent's chosen to bring the Buzzwole, Suicune, Megalodios, Sneasel, Hippowdon, and the Togekiss. My opponent has a couple different options for leads, most notably his Hippo to get rocks up, but I lead well versus that with my own Piloswine. So it's likely he leads off with Buzzwole or Suicune, which can pressure a lot of the rest of my squad. But since Suicune can also lead off well versus my Mega Diancie and Alola Marowak, two of my other potential leads, I think it's most likely that he leads off with the Suicune. But I still think leading off with Mega Diancie, maybe leading off with Piloswine is my best lead. I'm actually just going to lead off with my Mega Diancie though and see what my opponent wants to lead off with. And he does decide to lead off with the Suicune here, but I can just hard switch out here. It's not too big of an issue. Go out into my Oricorio immediately. So my opponent does almost half to me with the Scald. So very, very powerful there. I'm just going to roost up here. No reason to do anything else. See what my opponent wants to do. And he does switch out to the Hippo, which is going to get him rocks, but it's also going to give me rocks, as I'm just going to go ahead and throw off my Stealth Rocks here as my opponent pulls a switch into Buzzwole. So now my opponent's got a little bit of an advantage, but here I suppose I can just go out into my Oricorio expecting a fighting type attack. So that's what I'm going to do. I think it's a little bit better than going into Alola Marowak on a potential Earthquake, and he does go for Earthquake. So solid for me. Get in my Oricorio here, and what I'm going to do is just decide to throw off an Air Slash in case my opponent wanted to stay in there, predicting my Roost or wanting to maybe dodge a Hurricane or something like that. So he goes out into his Mega Latios. I get no damage off with the Air Slash. Hard switch into my Piloswine as my opponent brings out the Buzzwole, and we're going to be able to get in our Oricorio here and finally be able to roost up a little bit and be at a reasonable amount of health off of that double. Hard switch back into our Piloswine here as this Mega Latios goes straight for the Psychic and gets some nice damage off there as we're going to scare it out with the Ice Shard. Our opponent goes out into the Buzzwole once again. And this time, we're going to stay in as our opponent goes for the Bug-type move. And we both, he misses out on the KO, and I barely get any chip damage. Here, deciding to go out into my Oricorio on the Bug-type attack, expecting him to go for it once again, and I can roost up here, or I can click Air Slash here. I'm going to decide to roost up because longevity is important. Sack off my Piloswine here and bring in my Mega Diancie. Was the game plan. Unfortunately, my opponent goes for the Calm Mind, so I'm going to try to set up a Trick Room with my Slowbro, but actually Draco Meteor knocks me out from +1 there, and I am going to be able to go into my Alola Marowak. At -1 special attack, I could live another Draco, so I just go into my Alola Marowak, click Shadow Bone, he sacks off his Sneasel, and goes into his Suicune. Based off the damage it did to Oricorio earlier, I knew it was a little bit more offensive than usual. So I didn't necessarily expect my Alola Marowak to survive, but in the case that I could survive, or that he predicted me to go into something like Oricorio and he clicked Ice Beam immediately or something like that to avoid taking damage the following turn, then I could have gotten some damage off here. But he does just knock me out with the Scald. I'm going to go out to my Oricorio now, and I can click the Revelation Dance or Air Slash, predicting his switch into the Mega Latios or Hippowdon. And I do just that, get him pretty low, where he's kind of conditioned to roost up. And now I'm going to go hard into my Mega Diancie and fire off a Moonblast, I believe, as my opponent goes into the Hippowdon. So now this is perfect for me because, like I said, I'm packing the tech. I've got the Magnet Rise, just going to lift off the ground here so that his Earthquake does not even phase me whatsoever, and he cannot roar me out thanks to my Magic Bounce, which is actually going to bounce back and roar him out, and I get my Rock Polish off, and I'm now faster than everything on his squad and can proceed to click Moonblast here as my opponent does sack off his Hippowdon, not wanting his Mega Latios to go down just yet, knowing his Togekiss could probably put me in range of something else on his squad, as he does survive a Moonblast crit, which is pretty nice. Obviously, it would have still 2-hit KO'd, so not too big of an issue there. He does get the Hidden Power Still damage off, which was a nice take on his brain, or on his end, I should say. Luckily for him, I did not have the Diamond Storm or Power Gem, I suppose. And Suicune is going to be just out of range, as you can see. Would have maybe been able to 2-hit KO him, but I was way too low to survive a Scald. And now I'm going to go out into my Guardian here, my Zygarde. I'm going to go straight for the Dragon Dance. I could have maybe played off him having the Ice Beam there and went straight for the Tectonic Rage, and maybe it would have knocked him out there. And I could have potentially used Oricorio to beat, to keep Oricorio around for the Buzzwole, and then play off of a Draco Miss on my Zygarde. But that was too complicated, and I would have had to got way too lucky. Just not worth the time, or it's not really fun winning by, that kind of method either. So my opponent does deserve the win here, and my Oricorio is going to go down, unfortunately. Should have forfeited there and not let Oricorio faint, because it is the God Bird. But I wanted to give my opponent, Mega Latios' rightful knockout there. Good game, for sure. It was very fun. He said the Mega Dynasty set there had him on his toes, and it had me on my toes as well. So really fun game, and yeah, it's gonna be it for the APA Evolution Season 1 for me in terms of playing. Like I said, I might try to catch some playoff matches for the APA and some other coverage. So I'll be looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys are too. Let me know what you guys thought about this last battle. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.